The Prime Minister on the Paul Murray show last night turned the attack on Albanese for having called on China to drop some of its sanctions on our exports, but not on all of them. Here he is.
What is he saying to the Tasmanian lobster farmers? Or the beef producers up in central Queensland, up there in Rockhampton, or the wine growers down there in South Australia? Which one of these is he going to trade off? Because in national security, there are only really two courses you can go down. You can appease, or you can stand up for what you believe in as a country.
Now, I just wonder about using the national security card, Andrew. One, I don't like something as important as our relationship with China to become sort of a chest beating exercise before an election. I know it's got to be, it is a legitimate issue, but you've got to be careful about it. How do you think this issue will bite?
Well, not as much as it would have a year or two ago is my sense at the moment, but Morrison's a good campaigner, so maybe he can make it bite, but the small target thing is killing the government. It really is. And you spoke about it just before with aged care. You're quite right. I mean, he's almost the alternative government now. He's the favourite to win. Would he send in the Defence Force? Would he buy extra rats? What would Anthony Albanese do different? And he needs to start being asked these questions.
I may as well say straight out to you, mate, I can't say one thing elsewhere and another thing to you when I'm face to face. This week was meant to be Scott Morrison's big reset. An election less than 4 months away, but his speech to the National Press Club on Tuesday was blown up by journalists, including you. It was an all-in brawl. There were demands by the ABC's Laura Tingle to say sorry for everything she ever reckons is done wrong. There were claims that from Peter Van Onselen and some unnamed cabinet minister had called Morrison a psycho. And then there was your question, what was the price of milk and bread, which you couldn't answer. I've said it was a gotcha question. I've said it was unfair. Why did you ask it?
Okay, well, do you even know the question? Because I didn't ask milk. I asked bread, petrol and an antigen test. Now, Andrew, got to be quite honest, you're quite well off. So whether petrol's $1.90 or whether it's $1.50 probably doesn't matter that much to you. But to the average middle-class Australian, it does. And Scott Morrison himself has said petrol prices will be higher under Labor. So if he can't even name the petrol price, he's got a problem, hasn't he? Look, it had come to my attention when he wasn't offering the small business assistance that the state governments are offering, that he might have become a bit out of touch with what's going on at the moment. He's talking up low unemployment, but that just means for a lot of small businesses, they can't get good people, they can't get people at all. There are an immense amount of problems, including with the cost of living. I thought the Prime Minister would be able to answer the question because it's a simple question. Everyone knows petrol's $1.90. You drive past it all the time. Everyone knows rapid antigen tests are between $10 and $20 because we suddenly have to go and get them. Bread, I would have let him off the hook, but I guess it's the standard one. I accept we can differ at times, Andrew, but what I'm saying is cost of living will be an issue at this election, and I believe it was a gaffe of Scott Morrison to not be able to answer. And some commentators are calling this a ganging up of journalists. I don't think that's fair because we all had our own questions.
Let me interrupt you here. I would not put you in the pack. You hunt alone.
Thank you.
And I think that would be completely wrong. And you know that. I've got a lot of respect for you. Yeah. But the bread question, I just would have thought you could have asked that of any, politician, and before you asked it, because they've all boned up on it now. They all know, the price of Sunkist is this, and the price of that is that, and the price of my favourite roll is this. I mean, they're all doing it now. It's stupid. But you only asked it of him. You could have asked it of Albo last week. He would have made a complete fool of himself as well.
No, he would have got it. Because at the moment, unfortunately for Scott Morrison, Albo has to buy his own food. Scott Morrison doesn't. But give Albo 3 years in the lodge, he'll probably become out of touch as well.
Albo was asked about the price. Yeah, he was asked afterwards about the price of the rolls that he bought, and he did. Obviously he's boned up on it. Oh, it's such and such and such this price, and it was wrong. He was out by 20 cents.
It was slightly out. Slightly out.
He was still out, even with the advance warning. I mean, I don't know.
Just briefly, all I'll say is rapid antigen test price, big issue over summer. Petrol prices, Scott Morrison introduced the subject in November. I don't think he has an excuse on either of those two, but that's just my view.
I think you make a very good point about the petrol prices. And now that we've got this point of difference between us solved, I think probably points to you, maybe a few points to me, but some to you. We can move on and be best friends again. Mate, oh, by the way, what is the price of a kilo of mince?
A kilo? Well, I buy 500 grams and that's usually about $9.
Oh, that's all right. Okay, good on you, mate. You're right in touch. See you later.
I make a lot of tacos. See ya.
Well, it is $9 at some shops, but if you go to Woolies, you can get it at $6.50. I think Andrew's getting ripped off. $6.50 if you buy in the kilo bags, $13 a kilo. But it just proves what is the point? What is the point?